Did you grow up with parents who loved Elvis Presley? I sure did. A song could come on, and somehow, somewhere in my brain, I still know all the words. It's really interesting to me when I reflect on epigenetics and how a lot of the studies that come out focus on the trauma, focus on what happened inside of that family tree. But when we look at Elvis Presley, we can see how generations of talent is also shared as that epigenetic imprint. Elvis captivated fans when he first came out in 1956, and his popularity stayed steady all the way until his early and untimely death in 1977. What's really interesting about his incredible voice is that his own father used to tell him, "You'll never get by with that voice. You should pick up a trade like being a truck driver." To imagine a voice that has carried on even decades after his death, and to be told by your own father that you might as well give up on your dream. Now, speaking of fathers, my own father loved Elvis, that I tend to know way more about him than any normal person should. In fact, as a family vacation, we took a family trip to Graceland. It was quite amazing walking through Elvis's home and all the memorabilia and some of the instruments and being on the grounds of Graceland. My mom gave my dad 1 year for Christmas a professional artist portrait of Elvis that was proudly hung above the fireplace. I'd have to say my love of music comes from my dad. I remember coming in and he'd have the music so loud and sounding so good on his stereo that that's something I'm after too. I'm my most happiest when I'm at a loud concert with an incredible voice and a musician I've grown to love. That is certainly something I've inherited from my dad. When we look at Elvis Presley and his family and how the talents have moved through, it's so clear to see. Now, his only daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, many people will know, went on to have a pretty successful musical career. She did some collaborations, she had some children, she had a few marriages, and very sadly, also died young. Have you heard of the show Daisy Jones and the Six? It's said to be loosely based off of all of the drama and dynamics of the Fleetwood Mac band and all that was going on there, but that's for another video. What I was amazed to find out, I was almost through the series before finding out that Riley is Elvis's granddaughter and the daughter of Lisa Marie Presley. What I was amazed to find out, because she was so great on stage, her voice is incredible, she's amazing with the guitar, is that she had never had any formal vocal training. She'd never really spent any time learning an instrument. And it led me to wonder, I got kind of curious, did she avoid music because so much of the tragedies connecting her family members and music that connected and overlapped? The demands of fame that pulled both her grandfather and her mother under. Those who know a lot about Lisa Marie's children will know that she lost her son into the throes of addiction and depression and difficulty, that his life ended really early. So if we look at the family tree, Riley lost her own mom at the young age of 54. Her brother Ben took his own life at the very young age of 27. And she lost her grandfather, Elvis Presley, at the young age of 42. So maybe there was an unconscious influence that had her stay away from music altogether until the undeniable talent moved her forward into this role where I'd have to say there was so much overlap around the toll of drug use, the pressure of fame, and how music carried all of that along in the character that she played in Daisy and the Six. If you've watched the series, I'd love to hear what you think. If you haven't yet, I would highly suggest putting it on your to-watch shows. It was so entertaining, and I tell you, her voice is incredible. Her raw talent is so easy to see. It was as if as she stepped on stage in that role, she exuded a lot of the talent and the charisma that her grandfather did as well. Riley has taken the bits and pieces that her mom, Lisa Marie, was putting together for a biography. She's putting everything her mom had sort of earmarked and started to put together to share about her very fascinating and interesting life. And Riley is going to complete that project in memory of her mom. There's going to be a big benefit coming up in the fall of 2024 at Graceland, honoring her mom, showing off the book, and really bringing some more engagement and connection back to Graceland. Wishing Riley all the best with wherever her raw talent and her big heart brings her forward from here, bringing that legacy of Elvis and Lisa Marie along with her. If you're curious about some of the family dynamics that live in your family system, be it on the positive or some more of the challenging sides, which we see here for Riley and Lisa Marie and Elvis, there's a bit of both there, isn't there? If you'd like to decode some of the secrets inside of your family, reach out. Let's have a conversation. I will put a link to book a time in my calendar in the comment section below. I find it so fascinating to start to focus more on the positive and the generations of talent, the generations of resilience that run through all of our family trees. If you'd like to get curious and explore what's in yours, let's have a conversation.